Today on NewsCenter, find out who is your new SGA president and what is causing a fuss at Carter Caves. Take a look at the Black Gospel Ensemble's spring concert and find out how some students tested their luck on campus. All this and more now on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Sarah Burkhart.
And I'm Chelsea Armstrong. This is your news for April 24th, 2014. The Obama administration announced Wednesday that the amount of allowable coal dust in mines will be cut in an effort to reduce black lung disease. Black lung is an irreversible and potentially deadly disease caused by long-term exposure to coal dust due to dust particles accumulating in the lungs. Labor Secretary Thomas Perez said you shouldn't have to sacrifice your life for your livelihood. This is the basic principle behind the cut, which will lower dust standards from 2 milligrams per cubic meter of air down to 1.5 milligrams. The rule will also increase the frequency of dust sampling and precautions over a phase-in period of 2 years.
Senator Rand Paul was named one of Time magazine's top 100 influential people in the world for the second year in a row. Mitch McConnell wrote an excerpt for the Times story stating that Rand Paul is a libertarian champion and has been cheerfully clearing a path for Republican ideals in the unlikeliest precincts. Rand Paul was among Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Beyonce also on the list.
King's Daughters Medical Center of Ashland is consolidating 2 of its Moorhead clinics into a single facility. The news came as no surprise in the wake of KDMC's financial and legal struggles, and the consolidation is seen as a cost-cutting measure. The Stone Street Primary Care Facility, which was established in 2011, will close May 2nd. The primary physician, Dr. Clayton Bowman, is being relocated to another KDMC clinic in Prestonsburg. Patients of the Stone Street Clinic were notified via email of the closure and will now visit Health Plus Moorhead for their medical needs.
Former Moorhead State men's basketball coach Donnie Tyndall, who left MSU for Southern Mississippi 2 seasons ago, has been named head coach at the University of Tennessee. In Tyndall's 6 years at its MSU, his record was 114-85, including the unforgettable upset of Louisville in the 2011 NCAA tournament. In his 2 years at Southern Miss, his record was 56-17. Tyndall, a former player for the Eagles, will earn $1.6 million yearly as head coach of the Volunteers.
After receiving multiple complaints about political campaign signs, Rowan Judge Executive Jim Nickel decided to draw up an ordinance. It will make it illegal for any person to post a political campaign sign more than 45 days prior to the election and fail to remove it within 10 days after the voting. It also says that it would be unlawful to post a political campaign sign on or over any public property in Rowan County. Those in violation will be notified and will have 24 hours to remove the sign. The county will be entitled to $10 for each political sign that violates the new ordinance.
Tuesday afternoon, a car was stolen from Larry Fannon's, but not one you'd expect. In a lot with over 100 cars, the man stole a 90s model Buick with paint chipping off the sides. The vehicle belonged to an employee of Larry Fannon's. He found out his car had been stolen when a coworker told the owner of the vehicle he had just seen his car driving down 60. At first, he believed it to be a joke, but soon realized his car was no longer parked on the lot and called the police. The car was recovered after the man tried to evade police, hitting an SUV and a state trooper patrol car.
There may have been some confusion among students as to who won the student government elections that were held several weeks ago. NewsCenter spoke to the 2 candidates in the running to find out which one is actually taking the role of president.
The reason I decided to run for SGA president, I started off with the amount of involvement I had on campus. And I started really getting involved with student affairs. My passion's in student affairs, and that's what I want to do. So I was hoping to get an internship this summer with some sort of college and outside of Moorhead, just so I could get the outside experience. And I got a call from a school in Indiana, and I just finished about a month ago finishing a list of my top 10 master's degrees, or top 10 schools to get my master's degrees. And my number 1 called me and said, "You have an internship here." So I was like floored. I was so excited. And then when I got to the specifics of the internship itself and the hours that it would take, I would have had to miss my first Board of Regents meeting. I would have had to have missed a lot of the SOAR sessions, and I would have had to have missed the mandatory SGA training they have at the beginning of the year. And as much as I wanted to do both, I really don't think it would have been wise of me to do both. And at the end of the day, I don't want to compromise my duties as an SGA president because of an individual internship. So I decided that it'd probably be best for the campus for me to resign.
Although Gillette was declared the SGA president at the close of voting, the results were tentative due to a pending violation against Gillette's campaign.
There was a campaign violation that happened, and it was totally minor. It didn't really matter. My poster was put up on a faculty board, and that kind of stuff just happens all the time. But Brad Fife had literally just gone to Dean Kett and said, I'd like to have all those charges dropped. He doesn't deserve it. He deserves to be SJ president. And
there were two candidates, one being myself, and we ran for president. I actually lost the election by 78 votes, and I don't want to speak on his behalf, but he did step down, and I was asked to take the position, and I of course accepted. I've always had a desire of helping out students. I joined a fraternity, and I knew what it was like to experience brotherhood, and I kind of want to bring that feeling of unity between Morehead State University students and keep that going, and really focus in on having pride in our university.
Stay tuned after the break for a look at weather with Marky Owens.
And NewsCenter notices with Mayor Porter.
Yo, why are you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in your room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
Claypool Young Art Gallery, located in the center of campus, offers a wide variety of art pieces from various contemporary artists in America. Exhibitions rotate approximately once a month and also hosts art pieces created by Morehead State University students, allowing art majors to experience the learning process of showcasing their art. Claypool Young Art Gallery. Come on over today and be inspired by aspiring MSU artists.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. I'm Mark Hillens. It is currently sunny outside and 63 degrees. Typical spring weather, nice and warm, nothing to complain about. Record temperatures, 86 degrees in 1946 was the high today, and then a low of 24 degrees in 1986. So nothing to complain about. It'd be nice if it was 86 degrees, but then again, it's fine just being 63. And right now the average temperature is about 61 degrees, so we're right about average actually. Current temperatures, it's 63 in Morehead, 65 in Ashland, 63 in Covington, 75 in Harlan, and 67 in Lexington. So it's kind of in the 70s in the southern of Kentucky. In the northern, it's 63, so it's a little bit cooler, and that's pretty average as well. There's really not a lot going on the radar right now, but that will change later tonight as storms start moving in. The clouds will begin thickening, and then storms and showers will move their way into the Commonwealth later this evening into tomorrow during the day, but that will go away as we will experience some sunny weather. But first, let's take it to NewsCenter notices.
Welcome to NewsCenter Notices. I'm here today with Amara Porter. Hi, Amara.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here with us. What we wanted to speak to you a little bit about is your participation in the celebration of student scholarship that occurred yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. Could you tell us a little bit about what exactly that is?
Well, Dr. Andaloro approached me over the summer and asked me if I wanted to be her undergraduate research fellow, which I didn't really know what it was at first, and she just told me that I'd basically be her assistant and assisting her with this project that she wanted to do. Is a documentary about women in religion. So I said yes because it seemed like a pretty interesting topic, what I wanted to do. And so I've been working with her since the fall semester, and we've been working on this documentary. And then the actual conference, I went and it was divided into a section, and there were a couple of other people from the communications department, and I had to present. It was a 15-minute time limit, and you had to save some time for questions, and you just present it in a room full of judges. So it was pretty neat, a little nerve-wracking, but it was fun.
Well, that sounds exciting, and it sounds like a lengthy project. You said it was a documentary about women in religion?
Yeah.
What was your approach, I guess, on that? What did you and Dr. Ann Andaloro, what did you, go out and capture for your documentary?
Well, in most religions, there is a male dominating figure. And so that leaves women in subordinate roles in most religions. So we found a group of religious leaders in the Appalachian region that were women. And it's very rare to see that. So we got these women to see if they felt empowered and to see what kind of struggles they went through in order to get to the position, and if they felt like they had to break through some sort of mold to get to where, if it was more of a struggle than if they were a male. Mm-hmm. And we also wanted to see, how they got called to that certain position and just the kind of work that they've been doing through that.
Mm-hmm. And what, was your main, something that you didn't expect to be as much of a struggle as it was in completing this project? Was there anything that was difficult that you found?
Well, with any kind of thing where you have to set up interviews, which you used to be a reporter, it's sometimes a little difficult to actually find the people in order to get the interviews, because these women, they're so involved and they're so important in what they're doing, so their schedules, sometimes didn't match up because I'm still in school, and so it was kind of difficult sometimes to try to move our schedules around, but everyone involved in the project was really nice, and you were even, you made a little cameo appearance in it, so that was probably the hardest thing, and then editing, which is always a rough process, but it was nice.
Yeah, well, congratulations on your research and your presentation.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here today. And we will be right back after this break.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. I'm Mark Owens. It is a beautiful day out there with the temperatures at 63 degrees, the humidity at 28%, which isn't very bad, and the winds at 5 miles per hour. Right now, this picture was sent to us from Cave Run Lake today from our viewer, Ann Patrick. Thank you, Ann. And it's a beautiful picture of the lake today. Wonderful time to spend out there, especially when summer's coming and everything. It's just nice just to get outside and enjoy Mother Nature. Later tonight, a few clouds will thicken, and then we will see some rain and storms late tonight into tomorrow morning during the day, so make sure you have your umbrella with you. But those will probably move out towards tomorrow evening so you can enjoy tomorrow night. Current temperatures 64 in Mount Sterling, 69 in Louisville, 68 in Frankfort, 70 in Danville, 72 in Somerset, 74 in London, 70 in Richmond, and 67 in Lexington. Overall average temperatures for this time of the year. And at the radar, courtesy of WKYT, nothing is really happening at the moment, but that will soon change later this evening. As you can see, some storms will move in from our west, and they will strengthen, so you cannot rule out some severe weather. But it should just be some showers and thunderstorms and probably some really gusty winds as we get there. As I said, tonight it will rain and the low will be 53 degrees, dipping a little bit lower. And tomorrow we'll see thunderstorms that will move out of the area. So if you have any plans outdoors tomorrow, make sure you wear a hood, bring an umbrella, wear some rain boots, something so you can protect yourself from that rain. Let's take it to the 7-day forecast. On Saturday, it'll be a high of 80 degrees, beautiful day, absolutely no chance of rain, so definitely get outside and enjoy activities out there. On Sunday, it will also have a high of 80 degrees, very, very nice, only a 10% chance of precipitation with a low of 50 degrees. On Monday, it'll be a high of 72 degrees with a 40% chance of storms, so have an umbrella just in case, with a low of 57 degrees. On Tuesday, it'll be a high of 75 degrees, also some storms, with a 70% chance of those and a low of 53 degrees. On Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be seeing some rain and the temperatures will dip a little bit cooler. On Wednesday, it'll be 68 degrees, and on Thursday, it'll be 59 degrees. So where we haven't had, a lot of showers recently, I think those April showers bring May flowers. I think that's moving its way into May,
Yeah, I'm trying to take advantage of the good weather we have today and hopefully get to the President's Spring Concert on the lawn after this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's going to be beautiful weather for that tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice. It won't be too hot or anything, and it'll just be really, really nice. Humidity's not too high. And then this weekend, just take advantage of that. It's going to be gorgeous, especially since this is almost the last weekend before finals.
Yeah, I'll be sure to get outside and enjoy some of that weather.
Yeah, you could even study out there if you feel like it.
It'd be good for that.
Let's take it to Eagle Athletics.
Your home for the Morehead State Eagles, this is NewsCenter Sports.
Greg Todd was named head coach of the Morehead State women's basketball team. He was formally introduced on Monday in a press conference at the NewsCenter. Todd has won nearly 80% of his games as head coach. He has served his entire head coaching career in Kentucky. He spent 8 seasons at Transylvania University, where he led the Pioneers to 4 conference championships and 3 NCAA Division III tournament appearances. He also spent 7 years at Lexington Catholic High School, where he won 3 state titles and won 90% of his games. His overall record as a head coach is 548 wins and 144 losses. The Morehead State baseball team continued their winning streak on Tuesday as they took on Ohio University. They won with a final score of 12-4 as senior Dan Hyatt picked up his 3rd pitching win of the season. He pitched 5 innings and had 3 strikeouts. Senior Jeff Burkhofer extended his streak to 13 games with a 2-2 performance. Junior infielder Robbie Spencer also added 2 triples to the performance. The Eagles return to action this Saturday night at 6 p.m. as they take on OVC foe Southern Illinois' Edwardsville on the road. The Morehead State softball team used clutch hitting to sweep Austin Peay University last Friday. The Lady Eagles were 2 hits away from winning Game 1, but won the second game with a final score of 11-3. Senior second baseman Stephanie Eder had 2 RBIs to lead the Eagles in Game 1. Freshman outfitter Kayla McGuffey and senior catcher Jamie Massaru led the Eagles with 2 hits each as they took Game 2. Softball returned to action this Saturday as they take on Tennessee State at 1 o'clock in a doubleheader at University Field. The men's tennis Eagles saw their season come to an end as they lost 4-2 in the OVC semifinals to Jacksonville State. Senior Jihu Ha finished his career with 20 single wins in his 2-year career at Morehead State. David Clifford finished his 4-year career with 44 singles wins. The tennis Eagles finished their season with a final record of 10-10. And now for NewsCenter Sports Trivia. Which MSU track runner broke the school record in the 1,500-meter run this past Friday? A. Chase Ratliff, B. Alex Morris, C. Gary Monroe, or D. Erica Parks?
I'm going to go with B.
Okay.
I'm going to go with A, Chase Ratliff.
I think I'm also going to go with B, Alex Morris.
The answer is actually C. Gary Monroe. Monroe broke his own school record with the in the 1,500-meter run with the time of 3 minutes and 49 seconds at the Tennessee Relays. It's his second time breaking the school record this season.
Wow.
That's really cool.
And we'll be right back after this break.
I'm Eric Thomas, Director of the Star Theater here at Morehead State University, and I'd like to invite you to come out and join us for some of the great programs we offer in the Star Theater. Our programs are both educational, with planetarium programs, and entertaining, with laser shows that feature artists such as Elton John all the way out to Metallica. So come join us at the Star Theater, located in the Space Science Center here on the campus of Morehead State University. And if you've got questions, go online to moreheadstate.edu/startheater.
Morehead State University celebrated Earth Day on Tuesday. The Earthwise Eagles planted small areas in the parking lot behind Hal McDowell. This area will mitigate some of the stormwater runoff from the parking lot and will help make the campus greener. President Andrews signed a declaration during a ceremony Tuesday afternoon. The declaration says Dr. Andrews will support all students, faculty, and staff to work together to create an environmentally sustainable campus.
The gallery in the Claypool Young Art Building is currently hosting its annual senior art exhibit. It opened April 23rd and will stay open through May 7th. There was a reception that featured live music and complimentary refreshments for its opening night on Wednesday. This exhibit is for students that are emerging artists to experience a professional setting. There are 31 participating artists. The gallery is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or by appointment and is open to the public.
With the arrival of spring weather, many people travel to Kentucky state parks to enjoy the outdoors. Nearby Morehead, Carter Cave State Park has begun their season, but one animal is causing them to take some extra precautions. NewsCenter's Dawn Young got a first-hand look at the cave critter causing the commotion.
People have been wanting to know what white nose syndrome is exactly. It is an alien organism, meaning it's something that was not originally part of any ecosystem in the United States. The germ itself that spawns it is actually called geomyces. And when it fully develops on the bat, it then proceeds to get these white splotches all over the bat. It looks like a fungus, predominantly around the face and the nose area, which is why you give it the name white nose syndrome, because it's white. Very, very noticeable, very easy to spot on the bat. The nose isn't the only area. It can be along the wings. It can patch up in the fur. Millions and millions of bats in the United States have fallen victim to it. Most have died from it. The disease itself has about a 90 to even 100% kill rate per cave system it enters. The decontamination procedures that I mentioned earlier, we have these mats, which they're in these big tubs. They're almost like little sponges you walk across. We soak them in a Lysol and water solution. It's not a strong solution, but they lab tested it and they did so that the Lysol was able to kill it very effectively. And that was also the way that they figured out that humans were actually spreading it, was through these tests, because the original outbreak of the disease that occurred up near Albany, the spread of it wasn't matching any known bat migration patterns. I mean, some of it was, but a lot of it was not. It was just going all over the place. And that's when they discovered cavers, especially the guys that go crawling. They won't disinfect their coveralls or their gear because they never needed to before. I mean, it wasn't that people were being careless, just, you're not going to clean something if you know you're going to get it filthy again in like a day or so. And so now, after you go caving and crawling, you want to bag up everything that you roll on your outer layer. You want to wash it thoroughly. You want to put it through Clorox, Lysol, whatever. Just leave no chance to it. and we leave no chance here. We're not really worried about spraying anybody down because they're not touching anything, just with their shoes. So we walk through this mat, and it ensures that we're doing our part to prevent the spread of the disease.
Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Don Young.
The Student Programming Board held a cash bingo for students on Monday. Students could play for free and were given multiple bingo boards for more chances to win. Prizes included gift cards to places like Buffalo Wild Wings, Walmart, Cracker Barrel, Subway, Taco Bell, Starbucks, and more. SPB ended their events this semester with a spring fling held Wednesday night at Aduc Lawn. A movie was shown and different booths like a smoothie bar and photo booth with props was set up. Prizes were also given away during this event.
The Black Gospel Ensemble hosted their annual spring concert last Thursday night. Reporter Aaron Burton has more.
This organization started as a way to worship the Lord in ministry among a lot of our minority students who went here back in the day.
Since the Black Gospel Ensemble usually performs on the road, they hold a concert twice a year in Baird Music Hall so that students, family, and faculty can see them perform.
There's no audition necessary for the group. Anybody that wants to come and sing is more than welcome to.
Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Aaron Burton.
For more information on getting involved with the Black Gospel Ensemble, you can contact Dr. Rita Abel at r.abel@moreheadstate.edu.
Morehead State University's Student Programming Board hosted their third annual Amazing Race on Wednesday. Teams of 3 and 4 students competed tasks just like the television show. There were 6 teams that competed in events such as moving Oreos from your forehead and eating it without using your hands, hula hooping for 30 seconds, and much more. There was a total of 6 events. The winning team was the Phi Sigma Pirates, which consisted of Dustin Adams, Bethany Glon, Nick Lewis, and Michael Glazer Garbrick.
Watch NewsCenter online at msutv.net
or follow us on Twitter at MSU_NewsCenter.
On behalf of Marky Owens with weather, Stephen Lester with sports, and the rest of the NewsCenter team, I'm Sarah Burkhart.
And I'm Chelsea Armstrong. Have a great evening.